Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Diddy recently pleaded not guilty to 2 new charges included in a superseding indictment against the disgraced mogul. In response, he is looking to add new counsel to his growing list of attorneys currently representing him in his upcoming federal trial. Now, Diddy, who has been trying to use the race card as part of his defense strategy, is seeking a black female attorney to join his legal team. In addition to that, he's been looking for other lawyers with major courtroom victories under their belt. Attorney Brian Steele, who recently represented Young Thug in the high-profile YSL trial, has just entered a motion for admission to join the team. Diddy's team, who now has less than a month to pull everything together in a last-ditch effort to save him from spending the rest of his life in prison, is trying anything to stall the trial, the very trial they pushed to start ASAP. We're going to break down the latest Diddy update, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Federal prosecutors in New York added 2 new charges of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution to the indictment against Sean P. Diddy Combs earlier this month. Now, the new charges were part of a superseding indictment, and this is the second time that the original indictment had been amended. Now, in September, Combs was accused in a 3-count indictment of having used his sprawling business empire to abuse, threaten, and traffic women in order to fulfill his sexual desires and protect his reputation. Now, he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The original indictment only referred to victim 1, who many believe to be his longtime former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, the same ex who filed the 2023 civil lawsuit that seemed to make Diddy's entire world unravel before our very eyes. That lawsuit, which was settled the very next day, served as a prelude to the current criminal investigation. Now, Ventura alleged in her lawsuit that Combs forced her to have intercourse with male prostitutes while he watched, pleasured himself, and recorded them. Now, the original indictment was first amended in January to include 2 additional female victims, victim 2 and victim 3, whose identities were never made public. Now, that indictment also included an allegation that Combs had dangled a person over an apartment balcony. Now, the newly amended indictment from earlier this month adds a 4th victim, but it primarily focuses on victim number 2. Now, I don't know if you recall, but back in September, Diddy was accused of witness tampering and making threats. Not long after Cassie filed her lawsuit against him, he allegedly contacted victim number 2 through 2 phone calls. Victim 2 is a woman who he had been supporting financially. Now, in response to the calls, the woman allegedly texted Combs that reading Ventura's lawsuit felt like she was reading my own sexual trauma. It makes me sick how 3 solid pages, word for word, is exactly my experiences and my anguish. Now, we don't really know much about victim number 3 and victim number 4. However, if victim number 2 has any of the proof like Cassie does, Diddy is done. Now, they're stating that Diddy allegedly gaslit this woman on a recorded call and attempted to convince her that she had willingly engaged in the sexual acts with him. Now, prosecutors said that Combs ensured the victim that if she continued to be on his side and provide support and friendship, that she doesn't have to worry about anything else, which is just a thinly veiled reference to continuing the financial support. Now, later, Combs allegedly told one of his co-conspirators to ensure that his financial advisor is not doing anything dumb, like not having the rent paid on time for victim number 2. Back in November, Diddy's team quickly denied there being any existence of a second victim, and they stated that the woman wasn't a target of any obstructive conduct by Diddy and that Diddy never tried to contact her. However, we know typically when it comes to the federal government, they do not bring up anything unless they have the receipts to prove it. Not only have they come up with victim number 2, they now have victim number 3 and victim number 4. So the prosecution has pretty much said to Diddy and his team,
Welcome to hell, bitch.
Now, this third amended indictment added 2 new charges, 1 count of sex trafficking and 1 count of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, these crimes allegedly took place between 2021 and 2024. Now, in response to the new charges, Combs' team said in a statement Friday to USA Today, "These are not new allegations or new accusers. These are the same individuals, former long-term girlfriends, who were involved in consensual relationships. This was their private sex life defined by consent, not coercion." Combs currently faces 2 counts of sex trafficking, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and 1 count of racketeering. Now, jury selection is slated for May 5th in a Manhattan federal court, and opening statements are scheduled to begin May 12th. Now, the trial just may be delayed because Diddy's attorneys are currently asking Judge Subramanian for a 2-week adjournment. Now, Judge Subramanian told Combs' attorneys that they have until Wednesday, which happens to be today, to request a pause in the trial to give time for discovery. He says, "We are a freight train moving towards trial." Now, Mark Ignifilo, who happens to be Diddy's lead attorney, said that the defense might ask for a short 2-week adjournment over discovery issues, including the government's failure to ask a key witness to turn over 200,000 of her emails rather than just letting her highlight the ones that she thinks are important. Prosecutor Christina Slavic objected to the adjournment and accused Diddy's team of gamesmanship for requesting 200,000 documents from the government regarding witness communication. Child, now they got Diddy's hair whipped to the side, flip fried, and undyed like a gray-haired black Al Pacino.
You need to put your man on, he look bad. Tell that nigga to hit you with an ounce of something.
Slavic claimed that the witness's attorney provided documents to Diddy's team pertaining to a keyword search in which the judge suggested prosecutors turn over full docs via thumb drive or face a possible adjournment or subpoena. Prosecutors allege that as part of Combs' alleged criminal enterprise, he and his associates engaged in kidnapping, arson and physical violence, sex trafficking, and forced labor, among other crimes. The indictment also alleges that Combs was involved in transporting the woman identified only as victim number 2 and other people, including commercial sex workers, to engage in prostitution during the time of 2021 through 2024. The new charges bolstered an indictment already charging him with racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Federal prosecutors said the racketeering conspiracy charge involves allegations that Combs sex trafficked 3 victims and forced a 4th, one of his employees, into sexual activity with him. So with the new amended indictment, a total of now 4 female victims, and the new charges, Diddy decided that it would be a good idea to add a black female attorney to the team.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
According to TMZ, Diddy wants a black woman in his corner when his federal trial begins in less than 3 weeks, and that's why he's searching for a new attorney to add to his defense team. Well, until Diddy finds that strong black woman, he has expanded his attorney team to now Brian Steele, who is known for defending Young Thug in the YSL RICO case. Now, many social media users believe that with the latest addition to Diddy's team, he has a real chance of getting the verdict he's currently hoping for. I guess attorney Brian Steele was hanging out with Thugger a little bit too much, and in June, Steele was held in contempt, arrested, and ordered by then presiding judge Earl Glanville to serve 20 days in the Fulton County Jail. Now, he later appealed the order and was granted bond, avoiding jail time while the contempt charge was being appealed. Now, although Brian Steele is most notably known for representing Young Thug in the YSL racketeering trial, that doesn't necessarily mean that this Diddy case will be a slam dunk for the attorney, especially considering he's coming in at the final hour. We will be following this case as always, giving you updates on Diddy and this upcoming trial. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in the world of Diddy? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.